So today's session will be the first module of Train the Trainer. हमने last session जो conduct किया था, that was foundation of why training is important. So आज का session शुरू होगा Train the Trainer से. And today's session will be about opening the session, middle part of the session, right? Okay, mid content of the session, how to close the session, right? तो आप लोग को breakout rooms में हम लोग दाखिल करेंगे. You will also do a lot of practice in the breakout rooms. ताकि implementation is more important, what we believe, right? So, so now without further delay, I think so we'll call Payal Shah, and she's a very fantastic storyteller, NLP practitioner, life skills trainer, conducted a lot of training in life skills, program mentor of Guru Schools, and a very one of our leading trainers for Guru Schools, and we have done a lot of programs together. So let me welcome Payal. Hi, Payal.
Thank you, Abhilash, for that introduction. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 most important elements which go into a training program or a speech or a talk, anything that you are presenting in front of an audience, right? So without further delay, because we have only 2 hours and I want to do a lot of things with y'all and I want to do activities as well, I'm directly going to start. Abhilash, can I begin?
Yes, Payal, you can begin. Yeah.
Okay, great. So guys, one question for y'all. Please tell me, what are the most important things or parts of a presentation? What do you think is the most important?
Speaking skills and communication, interaction with the audience which are present with you, and the understanding language should be there. Means the communication, the language which you are using in communication should be able to get by the audience, which is hearing to it or listening to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, communication skills,
Yes.
posture, how we interact with people, confidence level, eye-to-eye contact, and what content we are talking is with sense or not. That is the most important. Thank you.
Body language too plays an important role.
Sorry, what plays an important role?
Body language.
Body language, yes, of course. Of course.
Communication skills,
Yes, very good.
non-verbal and verbal signal.
Verbal and non-verbal, both are equally important.
Yes.
Voice modulation is as important as body language, quite more than that, I believe. And also the content should be audience related, relative to audience.
Yes. Good.
Complete knowledge of the presentation, what you're presenting. You should have the complete knowledge. So if there are any questions from audience, you should be able to give the clarification.
Yes, and Amir, that's a great point that you've picked up, that a person who is presenting on a particular topic must have extreme deep knowledge about that subject. You don't know what question is going to come from the audience. So your research has to be A to Z complete. Very good. Anything else? Anyone would like to add?
Of the communication should be added in that.
Okay. Yes, anything else? Superb. I think you guys have covered almost everything. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Opening.
Ma'am, I feel two-way communication is very important. Interaction is the utmost important priority. Then having the personality and the motivation is also very important for others, because what happens, you should have that feel-good factor for others also. You should also be in their shoes, you should be stepping their shoes, and you should be knowing what are their thoughts, what are their thinkings, and accordingly, if you cater to the needs, then definitely your closing will be the best. Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice point, Falguni. Yes, empathy is a very big aspect when it comes to, presentation. We probably will take it some other day, but good point. Anyone would like to share?
Building a good rapport with the audience while presentation.
Absolutely.
That is very important.
Very, very important. Yes. Someone also mentioned, it has to be engaging. That's also equally important, because if I'm going to have a session with y'all and I keep on talking and presenting, and I don't give you guys a chance to speak or to interact with me, or I don't engage y'all in my presentation, you guys are going to lose interest in the entire talk. So some amount of engagement with audience also has to be there. It's not necessary that you ask them to speak a lot, or you give them topics and you ask them to. It can just be a simple question answer, it can just be a simple show of hands, but you have to engage your audience. That's also very important. Okay, so today we are going to get into three very important aspects or elements of a presentation or a talk or a speech. Like Abhilash already has mentioned in the beginning, opening, middle, and closing, right? Most important. Now, let me share my screen with all of y'all and let me know if y'all can see it. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Super. All right. So the three most important elements of a presentation, whenever you are sitting to design a talk, a presentation, a speech, always remember that these three aspects are very important. You have to know how to open, how to begin a talk. And opening is so important. You need to know what will come in the middle. What is the body of your entire presentation or your talk or your speech? And of course, finally, you also need to know how to end it well, so impactfully that every audience that goes out of there takes something with them. Agree, disagree? Agree? You all can show me a thumbs up. Okay, great. So let's quickly get into all these three, but let me ask you, which is the most important one? What do you all think? Which is the most important?
Opening.
Opening. Why?
Closing.
Okay. Priya, you
Closing.
said opening. Opening. Why opening?
Yeah, opening is very important because it will only create the curiosity of the audience to know what the speaker is going to say now.
Okay, very good point. Someone said closing. Who said closing? You can give me the reasons. Yeah, Falguni, go on.
Closing is very much important, which I feel like, that a person should have that impact of whatever the conversation was there. So if that impact creates the mindset, then definitely the closing is successful. So this is which I have learned. So definitely closing is very much important for me, especially. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, great.
I think all three are very important.
Okay, very good answer. And very true. All three are equally important. Okay, and let me give you an example. Let's say you have gone for a session. Okay, and the person who is speaking, the presenter, he's just started, and he's very okay. He hasn't created that impact on you, and he just started talking. And after some time, you feel, oh my God, I don't know what he's saying. It's not even appealing to me. I'm really not interested. There are some speakers who are very dull in the beginning. They may have excellent content to give you. Okay, their knowledge, their research must be very, very good. But if they are not able to capture the attention of the audience in the first few minutes, it can be very difficult for that speaker to then build the focus and the attention of the audience throughout. Correct? So opening is extremely important. And when you are opening a talk or a presentation or a speech, always remember the first 90 seconds, okay? They are a game changer, literally a game changer. All right? It can literally make a connection, or it can break a connection. If I'm very good in my opening and I have struck a chord with most of y'all, I know that even if I don't give you extremely powerful points, okay, my content may be 60%, not 80-90% good. You will still be with me throughout because I have created that impact in the beginning. Okay, and I have struck a chord with each one of you all. But in the other scenario, if my opening is not that powerful, okay, but I have very good content, again, it's going to be very hard for me to get my audience to listen to me and keep that momentum with me because I was not able to strike a chord in the beginning. So always remember, whenever you are starting, start on a very high note, on a very energetic note. Of course, depending on your topic, right? But you have to build that connection in the first few minutes, and remember, the first 90 seconds are a game changer. So the way you open your talk, the way you communicate with your audience in the first few minutes is going to really decide whether your audience will sit with you or not throughout the presentation, whether they will be impressed or not. So that's about the opening. Okay, of course, when we come to the middle, again, it's very important because here you're going to give them a lot of information and things like that which you want to convey. Okay, your entire main body is going to be in the middle. That again is very important. And then how you close. So like I think Falguni mentioned, that you have to create an impact. It has to be a lasting impact on your audience. The minute they walk out, it should be like, oh wow, I remember one thing from my the entire talk, but it stayed with me and I have practiced it all my life. Or if I ask you, 10 days later, how was that talk you went for? How was that speech you went for? It was so good. What did you hear? What did you understand? Just one line. Even if the person remembers, one line is good enough. It's worth it.
Ma'am, can I reveal my one line which I really liked from Abhilash sir's Millennium Club session?
Yeah.
That was the only sentence which you actually mentioned was, procrastination means you should not be procrastinating things, take the decision immediately. So that was really good impact on me and my mind. And I said, yes, if I am going to delay things, then I am going to lose the opportunity. Let me hit it and let me take this opportunity ahead. So today I am there with such like-minded people like you all. Thank you so much, sir.
Very nice, Abhilash. That was a good compliment for you.
Thank you, Falguni.
True, certain things will always stay with your audience. But that powerful things you have to speak and you have to remind them, and it has to come towards the ending as well. So, how you close your talk, your presentation is also very important. You have to let your audience go with a feel good factor. Okay, oh wow, it was so good. I want to go back. Right? So, quickly, let's get into how to open a talk. There are different ways of opening a talk. All right. And we'll discuss 6 different ways of opening a talk. After which I will put you all into groups. Okay. I will give every group a topic and you will be presenting on that particular principle. All right. So let's quickly get into it. The first way of opening a talk is a what if scenario, okay, or an imagine scenario. Now, let's say I am taking a presentation on happiness, okay, and I want my audience to be in a very happy mode. I want to start with a very happy feeling for them. So I'm going to tell them to imagine. I want all of you all to close your eyes and imagine that you are in a happy land where there are no sorrows. There's only happiness. Whatever you want, you will get, right? You are free of all your stresses. There is no anger. There is no anxiety. There is no worry. Imagine if there was a land like that where you would never ever get sad. You would only be happy. Do you all want to go there? Yes or no? Yes or no? Come on. Do you all want to come with me on this journey? Yes.
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 Yes, great. Thank you. See, I am making you imagine certain things. And I am taking you to a world where a lot of possibilities will open up. That is related to my topic. If you're talking about, let's say, stress management, I can again word it in a different way. Do you all want to come with me to a place where there are no stresses? There is this, there is that, you will get this, you will get that, you won't have all of this. See, when you start making your audience imagine something they don't have and something you are going to talk to them about, okay, you're already building that curiosity for them. You have to build a lot of curiosity over here. Especially when you talk to students, if you try and build a lot of curiosity, you will see them just completely focusing on you. So start with a what if scenario. Can you give me, any of y'all, can y'all give me a topic where you can start with a what if or an imagination scenario? Come on. Quick brainstorming.
Imagine if you don't have to work after 10 years and you're still getting money.
Amazing. Imagine that after 10 years, you don't have to work. You're only enjoying and you're still getting money. You could be on a beach, you could be on an island, you could be in the hills, right? And then you start. And what would your topic be? Where are you leading this to?
How to be wealthy.
How to be wealthy, how to do wealth management, right? Investing.
Yeah.
Having a secure, stable future. So any kind of financial marketing, any kind of financial course or training you are taking, you can actually use this. You can build on it, right? What else is an idea? Another idea?
Can this be about something like environmental issues as well?
Sorry, what issue? Environmental issue?
Yeah, environmental.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have any ideas?
Yeah, I do have. For global warming, what if the trees started giving out Wi-Fi signals? Would you still cut them?
Wow, amazing. See, now you're going to a creative world and you're taking your audience there with you. Very nice. Getting what I'm saying? You can make your audience imagine and take them to a beautiful world where they have not been before. This is a great way of starting your presentation, your talk, because you're already making them feel good about it. You're already taking them there, and then you are giving them whatever that you want to give them. So this is an excellent way of beginning a presentation, a what if scenario or an imagination scenario. If I'm talking about technology, I can say, oh, can you imagine, the power of technology? Can you imagine 20 years down the line, sitting outside in your balcony and you will have a flying car coming and picking you and taking you? You can just talk about anything and connect it to your topic. As creative as you want. And here I could be talking about the advancement of technology, what all is happening, AI and things like that. You are trying to convince someone, whether you are giving an information based training program, trying to sell something, you can use a what if or an imagination scenario and work on its creative aspects. It works wonders. All right. Are we good with this? Then I'll move to the next one.
Yeah.
Yes, guys? If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will stop and I will answer. Okay?
Ma'am, I want to say.
Yeah.
What if you work for only 2 hours and you earn 1 lakh per month? What if?
What if you are working only 2 hours in a day and earning 1 lakh a month? And then you can build a little bit on it. But let me tell you one thing. When you are talking about imagination or what if, don't over promise things. Be reasonable. Yes, you take them to a creative world, you take them to a different zone, but then, don't get into serious details and commit certain things which you will not be giving them. Right? So if you're talking about numbers, especially when it comes to money and comes to numbers, if you're doing any kind of financial training, be very careful about the numbers you're giving out. You can give out a number, but then it has to be a little reasonable. All right? Just letting y'all know, these are certain things where your audience can come back and say, Are, you said this, you said that, and it's not ever going to happen. So just be a little careful as to what you give out. Okay, but this is also a good way. Great. All right, so let's move to the next one. After the what if or imagination scenario comes use an exhibit or a prop. Another nice way of opening your talk or your presentation is by using a prop. Sometimes some people connect very well when you show them something, right? I could use a prop. I could use anything. Okay, I could use, say, a pen. Let me use a pen. All right. And I can start my presentation by this. What is this, guys? What do you see is there in my hand? It's a pen. And what do you think a pen signifies? Freedom. Freedom to what? Can you tell me freedom to what?
Freedom to write.
Freedom to the emotions.
Freedom to your emotions.
Freedom to express.
Yes.
Freedom to express. Absolutely.
Creativity.
Freedom to creativity. And today, friends, I want to talk about the importance of a pen in your life, right? And now I am connecting this pen. Pen is very symbolic. My presentation has nothing to do with a pen, but I'm using it to get the attention of the audience, and I'm connecting it to emotions. If I'm taking something on emotional intelligence or how to deal with emotions, it's very important to express your emotions. Use a pen to do it. Okay. Or if I'm talking about creativity, I can also use this. And I can say that, a pen is your friend when you need it to create certain things. You need it for creativity. I can use any prop. I can use, let's say, if I'm using a watch. Okay, what are the things I can talk about? What can I relate it to? Discipline, right? Time management. So if I'm taking certain topics like that, I can connect it with a prop. And sometimes it goes very well. You can then engage your audience. Here, what I'm doing is I'm also engaging my audience. So I'm asking them, what do you think this symbolizes? Or what does this connect? What do you think about? What comes to your mind when I show you a watch or a clock? Don't ask too many questions to your audience, but let them answer in one line, one word. So you are engaging with them also, and you're also putting your point across. Right now, this is what you see on the screen is actually a gavel and block, right? And where do you see this? You see it in courtrooms.
Court.
So now, if I have to talk about a gavel and block, and if I'm connecting it with let's say, a training topic, what do you think I can talk about? What kind of a topic can I connect it with?
Justice.
Justice.
Related to law and legality.
Laws.
Law and order.
Okay, law and order. So can we talk about discipline?
Yeah.
Ethics
Yes.
also.
Ethics, very good. Moral ethics. What else?
Empowerment.
Empowerment. Yes. What else?
Just power also.
Just power. Yes. They have the power to take a lot of decisions.
Right, justice.
One thing is decision making.
Decision.
Yes, capacity or ability. Okay, or the power of decision making. You can also connect it with that.
I was thinking of leadership also. Authority.
Authority, yes, absolutely. And then you can take a session on authority or leadership. That this is so important. If I'm talking about decision making also, I can say that, the person who has this has the power of making and taking decisions. And decision making can be so important in each one's life. It's not just at that stage. It's extremely important for each one of us. How good are you at taking your decisions? Have you ever thought? Have you ever given a thought to your decision making ability? And today I'm going to help you taking better decisions, and then you can take your session on decision making. You're getting what I'm saying? You can use literally any prop, and you can then connect it with your presentation, with your talk. Yes. So this is the second, which is exhibit, use an exhibit or a prop. And you can actually bring it. If you have it, you can bring it. If you don't have it, you can even show it on the screen. That is all right. But bringing it would be a lot better, right? We go to the third one, which is quotes. And this is very, very easy. If you can't think of anything, if you're not in the mode of being very, very creative, the best way of opening your presentation is with a quote. Whatever your topic is, go and find out a nice quote on it, and then you can present it. And try and present a quote which is by a very famous person, which most of your audience would know. You know why? Because that builds a lot of credibility. I can talk of a quote, I can show a quote which I have made, but how many people will really connect with it? People don't even know me. I have just introduced myself to them. If I talk about a quote which is given by APJ Abdul Kalam, or by Will Smith, or by Mother Teresa, or by Mahatma Gandhi, these are very, very eminent leaders, visionaries. When they say something, it means a lot. It's very powerful. So if you are using a quote, try and use quotes which are given by very eminent and famous people, which your audience will know, your audience will connect with, right? So you can use quotes for different talks, different speeches, and they are very powerful. If you can't think of anything, a nice, powerful quote can be the beginning of your presentation, and then you can start with your topic. So this is the third, which is a quote. Let's go to the fourth one, which is humor. Okay, now a word of caution before we get into humor. A lot of people are not good at using humor. They cannot make jokes, they cannot crack jokes, and they're not good at making people laugh. If you are one of those, please avoid this. There are other ways of opening a talk. If you think humor is not your best aspect, then don't use it. But if you think you're good with humor, if you know that, okay, in my social groups, in my social circles, with my friends, when I crack a joke, people laugh, I'm genuinely good at it, then you can definitely use humor, right? Let me give you an example. I had attended a session by this motivational speaker somewhere in Gujarat. And what he did was he started walking up. He came from the end, and then the hall was full, and he started walking up. He started climbing the stairs of the stage, and he suddenly tripped and fell. And he fell in such a way, he came tumbling down, and then he started laughing. And when he started laughing at himself, everybody in the audience started laughing. Initially everybody was shocked, oh my god, what happened? And when he started laughing, everyone started laughing. And then he got up and he said, have you ever fallen in your life? And people said, yes, no. And he's like, yeah, but what you learn from this is always when you fall, you rise again, you bounce back. You don't always remain there. And then he started his entire, session on building confidence. How do you build confidence? Yes, so many times life will throw things at you. You will be rejected. You will be dejected. You will fall down. But the thing is that you need to bounce back. You need to have that much confidence in yourself to rise, to bounce back, and to laugh at yourself. So that is one way he showcased humor. Okay, then there are a lot of stand-up comedians. If you watch them, how do they start? They also start with humor. They a lot of times make jokes on themselves. That is also a nice way of starting. If there is a topic you want to connect with, say discipline or something, time management, and you want to connect it with yourself, you can talk about yourself and you can crack jokes on yourself and say, this is how I was, and this is how people used to laugh at me, and I still laugh at myself, but I have changed so much because of all these things, because these are the steps that I have taken to change myself. And when I think of my earlier self, yes, I laugh. And you can make your audience laugh. But then you tell them also what are the steps you have taken to change yourself and how you can help them with those steps to change their life. So this is another way of using humor. You can use a story also. There are lots of stories where you can add your own humor. You can twist the story a little bit, and you can then use humor in that as well. But again, I'm telling you, if you are not confident of using humor, please do not try it. There are a lot of other ways in which you can start your presentation. So it should not be that it goes a flop, because jokes or humor is something where everybody may not connect with, and you don't want to connect only with 30% of your audience. You want to connect with 100% of your audience, right? So if you are very confident that yes, I can crack it and I can do it and I will pull this through, then you use humor. But if you're not confident, don't do it, because trust me, it can be a complete flop and you will not get that impact that you are looking at. and then people may get put off. So use humor very, very wisely, right? The next one is facts and figures. Very powerful way of beginning a presentation or a talk. Get the latest facts and figures, okay? Be very careful of what facts and figures you are presenting. Don't use something which is 5 years, 6 years down the lane. Use something which is recent, and use something which is from a very reliable source. You can even talk about the source that you are quoting it from and quote it as it is. 28% of people with diabetes are undiagnosed. Okay, if I'm talking about India, if I'm talking about Mumbai, where am I talking about? I have to be very clear about that. Okay, I cannot vaguely say that 28% of people with diabetes are undiagnosed. Where? So talk about it. In Mumbai, 28% of people are diagnosed with diabetes are undiagnosed. So be very, very specific when you are using facts and figures. Okay, now if you see, 5 million people die every year due to tobacco use in the world. This works because I'm talking about the world and I'm talking about tobacco. Okay, give alarming facts and figures to people if you want them to change and you want them to listen to you. If I'm taking a session on smoking and the effects and the ill effects, then I need to give them very alarming figures, something which is going to make them think, oh my god, I'm one of these and I really need to change. Right? 36% of Indians are likely to suffer from major depression at some point of time in their life. Are you one of them? I'm giving an alarming figure and then I'm asking, are you one of them? And if you are, this is the right place for you. Today, we're going to talk about emotions. We're going to talk about how to manage your emotions, how important it is to speak out and express yourself. And I'm going to teach you certain ways of doing that. Then I take my presentation further, and you can either give one fact, you can give 3, 4, but don't go beyond that, because you don't want to keep them indulged only in the numbers and facts and statistics, right? And sometimes when you are presenting a graph or something, it's okay to present, but then just don't let it be over there. Sometimes graphs can be a little difficult for everyone to understand, so then you have to explain. So explain the graph to them that this is what it is, this is what it is. And if you don't want to, then you can keep it very, very simple by just having one picture like this, which is talking about a fact or a figure or a statistic. This is another nice way of opening your presentation, right? Let's see the next one, the 6th one, which is open-ended questions and close-ended questions. Okay, now I want to ask you all, what is an open-ended question? What is a close-ended question?
Close-ended question is answer is in one sentence, in one line.
Yes.
One word. Yeah. And open-ended question, their explanation will be vast.
Excellent. So when I am beginning my presentation, okay, or my talk, what do you think is better to use, open-ended or close-ended or both?
Close-ended.
Close-ended.
Why? Give me a reason why.
It will take less time.
Very good. Yes. When you start using close-ended questions, you are engaging your audience, but just with a yes or no or a one-word answer.
One word answer.
Very simple. Okay, because you have only 5 minutes for your opening, then you know that in these 5 minutes, I'm only going to ask them questions and engage them, get their focus. Because you have time set and you always have to prepare accordingly that, okay, I will take this much time for my opening, this much for my middle, and this much for my closing. In that 2-3 minutes up and down is okay. But suppose I use open-ended questions and I have kept only 5 minutes for my opening. But now 2-3 people are asking me, answering me in such elaborate conversations, and because I am asking them, I cannot even ask them to stop. Okay, I'm stopping you here. No, I have asked, so I have to have the responsibility of getting the answers from them. It's rude on my part to stop them. what happens? I'm losing out on my time. Not only that, the others can get very, very bored because everybody has come to listen to you. People have not come to listen to that person going on and on and on about the answer. So be very, very mindful when you are using questions. When you are using questions in the beginning and in the opening, try and use only close-ended questions where you are in charge. You know that nobody will hijack your training program or your speech or your talk. And you know that I have allotted only 5 minutes. So I know what kind of questions I'm going to ask and I'm going to engage my audience with it. Right? So very simple, close-ended questions. Are you happy? Are you all happy or not? Okay. Or do you want to learn how to become very wealthy? Do you want to make 10 lakhs in 1 month? Okay. Have you ever enjoyed being on the beach? Which you can ask any kind of questions. Now, I have a list of very simple questions here, but depending on your presentation or your talk, you can decide and ask these close-ended questions. Open-ended questions, on the other hand, can be a little tricky, like we discussed. Okay. So, different kinds of questions. Okay, how was the session? What would you like to eat? What is your holiday dream destination? I can ask these questions, but then I need to know that I have enough time and then I can. So usually you can keep this towards the end or somewhere during your break time where you can just have a question answer session related to your topic, where others are on a break. There are some people sitting and you just start engaging with them and interacting with your audience and you ask open-ended questions, then it's fine. But when you're beginning, personally, I would say try and use only close-ended questions, right? So, which are the 6 things that we have discussed, guys, when it comes to what was the first thing that we discussed?
Opening.
Yeah, so what was the first point we discussed in opening?
Imagine.
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 Right?
Use
Or
an
what
exhibit.
if?
Using
Yes.
a property.
A prop or an exhibit.
Second is
Quote.
Third is
Quotes.
Quote.
Very good.
Third is quote.
Fourth one, humor.
Humor.
Yes.
Fifth one, fact and
Data and
figures.
Facts and
statistics.
figures.
Data and statistics.
Facts and
And fifth one,
figures.
questions.
Facts and
Last and
figures.
Questions.
question.
Open-ended and
questions.
close-ended. Open-ended,
Yes.
close-ended. Close-ended.
Open-ended and close-ended questions. Right. Great. So now we have these 6 different ways of opening. All right. Now what we're going to do is, I've also given you all examples. We've also done a little bit of brainstorming where we discussed.
Sorry, madam.
Yeah, go on.
Madam, what is the third one? Sports, no?
Sports.
Quotes.
Quotes, okay.
Yes, quotes. So here you go. These are your 6 different ways of opening. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I am going to actually break you all into breakout rooms. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 5 rooms where all of y'all will be put. In case if there is anything I find, I will swap y'all. And if you need to call me, you can call me. There is a button there and I will come into your room and assist you. Abhilash or me, either of us will come. Now what you have to do is I'm going to give you topics. Okay, so let's say the group 1, you have what if or imagine. Okay, now let me also tell you which is group 1. 1 second, so that it becomes easier. Okay, so group 1 is going to be
Should I open the rooms?
yeah, I've already done that.
Actually, you're done. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just letting them know. So we have in group 1 Archana, Aslam, Borcha Arun, Parminder, Santosh, and Srilata. Okay, now these guys are in group 1 and they have what if or imagine scenario. Okay, I'm also going to rename your group what if or imagine scenario. Okay, now in this I have decided the topic also, so you don't have to do too much brainstorming on that. Your topic will be self-love. All right, self-love is your topic. which means you're talking about how to love yourself. What are the different things that a person can do to inculcate love for oneself? So, follow your passion, or what do you love to do? Different things. So, you are going to open this with a what if an imagination scenario. Yes, good. Now, group two, we have Mamta Tandon, Ruxana, Snehal, and Supriti. Okay, for y'all, it is a prop. So you're going to talk about, you're going to use a prop, and your topic is self-discipline. Okay, so with self-discipline, you're using a prop and you're talking about it. And it's only the opening that I want you all to do, nothing else. Okay, now let's come to group three. Group three is quotes. So who are the guys in this group? There is Falguni, there is Kavita, there is Nagraj, Sanjay, and Shaista. So that is group three. Now group four and group three, your topic is self-respect. Okay. Now group four is humor. And with humor, you have self-confidence. Now, suppose you feel that you can't use humor, you're not great at it, then you are free to use questions also. Okay, so I'm giving you an option of either humor or questions. That is up to you. I'll just say who all are there in this group. There is Chanda, Zarina, Dr. Sonia, Nehal, Priya, and Satish. And group 5, and sorry, group 4, your topic is self-confidence. Okay, and group 5, you have facts and figures. Okay, and your topic is self-confidence, self-belief. Okay, so facts and figures and self-belief. Now, I am again going to share my screen. I'll just quickly say who all are there in facts and figures in the group 5. There's Amir, there's Anjali, Bhumika, Shantanu, and Subhohi. All right. Now, what we are going to do, I'm quickly going to share my screen so y'all can take a picture. I want you all to just take a screenshot. Okay, we have 5 groups. Okay, the What If Imagine group has self-love as a topic. The exhibit group has self-discipline. Quotes has self-respect. Humor has self-confidence. Group 5, facts and figures, has self-transformation. And group 4, humor, you can also take questions if you're not comfortable with humor. All right, now I'm going to open all the rooms. I want you all to go to your rooms, do some brainstorming. I'll give you all 10 minutes. 10 minutes is good enough. You have 10 minutes time to discuss with your group members and to work on opening. All right, like we discussed, I want you all to work on an opening. Either 2 of y'all or 3 of y'all or all of y'all can present. That is totally up to you, but only with one topic. And for presentation, you will get about 3 to 4 minutes, not more. Are we good? So 10 minutes for your preparing in your groups and 3 to 4 minutes for presentation, not more, so that we can move on. All right, guys. So I am opening your groups. You all can all join your groups. Hi, guys. So you all are back to the main room, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so without wasting time, let's quickly get into it. Tell me how your experience was in breakout rooms with each other.
Great, great.
Very great.
It was very good one.
Innovative.
Yeah, different minds collaborated
Different
together.
minds, yeah.
Yeah,
There are
it's
lots
a lot
thoughts
of fun.
Yeah.
and lots of
Getting back to the
lots of thoughts.
getting back to the confidence level once again.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Very nice. Superb. Okay, so group 1, are you ready? The what if and imagination group, are you all ready? Okay, so what we'll do is I want everybody else to put themselves on mute and only the group 1 will be audible. Okay, everyone else goes on mute. Only group 1, what if imagination group. And your topic is self-love.
Yeah.
We want you to start with your presentation. You have about 4 minutes, not more. So try, and I'll stop you at 4 minutes. I'll stop you at 3.5 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you can,
Okay.
yes, you all can
Yes,
start.
Srilata.
So, I mean, do we have to give the introduction? I mean, who
No,
is
no, no.
what or
Start.
something? No need, na?
Just start your, your topic is self-love.
Okay.
You're using what if or imagination techniques.
So, hi everyone. So, just imagine what if all your organs start talking to you and start calling you?
Tring, tring, tring,
Hello?
tring.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, I am your heart.
Oh.
Yeah, I would like to talk to you about yourself. Just do the exercises as well as don't eat junk food and other foods, as well as I am your heart. Be expressive and distribute love and emotions to each other. Talk to yourself also. Don't talk with others also. Talk with yourself and love each other and love yourself, because I am very delicate organ to you. Please
Yes.
take into positive note. Thank you.
Sure, we'll do that.
Tring, tring.
Hello, who's this?
Aslam ji.
Hello, I am Brain. Hello, I forgot her name. Srilata ji. Srilata ji. I forgot your name. Srilata ji, I am your brain.
Yeah.
Do exercise every day, do meditation every day, read lot of books to develop your capacity or understanding, wisdom to look at the world and love everyone.
Yes, I will do that.
Tring, 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 tring.
Oh, who's this now?
Hi, Srilata. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm your lungs. I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
Srilata, please do some exercise and yoga to make me strong. You know, Corona is going on. Do you want to be good and fit and fine, or you want to subside to this thing? You know, submit yourself to Corona.
No. I'll do all the exercise. I'll be happy. I'll talk to everyone. I'll express myself. I'll do what I love.
So do love me and love all the other organs. We love you. Please practice self-love.
Yeah, surely. I'll give time for myself and I'll love myself and I'll do what I love.
Tring, tring.
That's it.
Very nice. Really nice, guys. I really want to clap for y'all because this was super creative, extremely creative. And you know, you connected it so well with self-love, you know, love every organ, right? So it was really nice. And it was a what if scenario. What if your organs would start talking to you? You know, then they would actually tell you what they want you to do. Right now they're not talking to you, but what if they could? Then these are the things. Very nicely done. Superb, guys. Excellent. And you're within time, way within time. I think 2.5 minutes is what you all have taken. Very nice. Super.
One organ was missing actually. Santosh ji was not there.
Oh, one organ was missing. Which organ?
Liver.
Oh, liver. Very important. Nice. Excellent. Okay. Thank you, guys. I hope you also enjoyed presenting it.
Enjoyed too. Thank you.
Okay. Now we come to
Enjoyed.
the second team, which is the prop and exhibit team. Yeah, so Mamta and Nagraj, your team, and your topic is self-discipline, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
okay, so again, everybody else who is not part of the prop team, let's put ourselves on mute. And only the prop team will be audible. And your time starts now, guys. You all can start.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
good evening.
Good evening.
So we are going to be talking about discipline today, and we are having a prop watch. And let us start with our session. The discipline is the only way to succeed, is what we have to take in our mind, in our life. And discipline has many things which we have to take care. And in that, it will be time management, manners, gratitude towards others, value for money, and self-respect. So if you are able to take care of these all facts in your life, then you will be succeeding in your life. So the most important part of your life is self-disciplining yourself. The discipline is the only way where you can succeed, and many people will recognize and will identify you only by your discipline. Because if you're disciplined, then everybody will respect you, the value which you give towards the life, the time, everything, whatever you're doing. Because the discipline is the only way which can give you the power, and where you can influence many people and succeed in your life. Thank you.
Very nice. Anyone wants to add more?
Ma'am, I'm Ruxana. I just want to say, to be a self-discipline, first of all, we are supposed to decide our goal, and according to the goal, we can decide the different chunks of the discipline, like how to go about it, how to get that goal to be successful. That's all.
Very nice, very nice. Great, great, great. Superb. So again, the props team has also done a good job. They've used a watch and they have connected it with self-discipline, timing to be more specific. And they've spoken about how important discipline is in your life. And it actually is very important for us to be disciplined. Okay, most of the visionaries that we see had discipline in their life, which is why they could succeed. So very nice. Thank you so much for presenting, prop team.
Not that much satisfied, but we need to improve a little bit, because it was first time. Actually, we thought many things in our mind, ma'am, but we were unable to do it. Sorry.
I know. No problem.
It was our first time, actually.
It's
we are not our first time. That's
First
why.
time,
But thank
so
you for appreciation, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Most welcome. Great. Okay, so now we come to the third group, which is a quotes group. Right? Okay. Quotes group, are you all ready? So again, everybody else, we put ourselves on mute and only the quotes group is going to be audible. And you all can start whenever you're ready.
Okay, ma'am. Sanjay here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start. Okay. Self-respect is one of the aspects of human being. We don't speak a lot, or maybe we don't speak much. So today we are going to touch upon the important aspect of self-respect, and my team, Kavita, Falguni, Einstein, Archana would like to talk on, or maybe, touch upon the important thing about the self-respect. So Falguni ma'am, over to you.
Hello friends, our topic is self-respect. How important is self-respect for each one of us? How much do we value ourselves? Have we ever given a thought about this? Self-respect comes with self-reliance. Respect yourself, improve your self-esteem. So there is a very good quote by Clint Eastwood: respect your efforts, respect yourself. Respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly under your belt, that's real power. Thank you.
That was very nice. So you all got a quote and you connected your topic self-respect with that quote. Very nice. Superb. Anything else anyone in the same group wants to share?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Falguni ma'am, for sharing your thoughts of success. So I would like to share thoughts on self-respect by Mahatma Gandhi and Maya Angelou. So what are their thoughts on this. So they have quoted like by Mahatma Gandhi, I cannot conceive of a greater loss than the loss of one's self. And what Maya Angelou says, if we lose love and self respect for each other, this is how we finally die. Thank you.
Very nice, Kavita. And you can take these quotes. So, say you want to share 2 or 3 quotes, you can have them put up on the screen. Okay. And then you can connect this with your topic and say, this is the importance of self respect. What is a person without self respect? Look at our visionaries, look at our leaders. So many have spoken about it, so many have believed in it and followed it. And today we are going to dwell into certain aspects about self-respect, and then you can start your presentation. Very nice, superb, guys.
Thank you.
One big clap for you all as well.
Very
All
good, very good.
right.
You. Thank you.
Okay,
Nice
we
thoughts.
have the next group now, the humor or question group. The topic self-confidence. So what have you all taken, guys? Humor or questions?
Both.
Both, very nice. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
So I'm going to start. Okay.
Yes, please start.
So first I'll ask you the question, do you like me?
Yes.
Okay, and some of you might not like me. Okay, so it's okay if you don't like me, because everyone don't have good taste, isn't it? So it's my self-confidence. So self-confidence is very necessary, because see, we have a particular skin color, we have a particular height, we have not chosen it, we don't have to compare it with anyone else. Okay, so we have to be confident with whatever we have. Sonia, would you like to continue? Okay, so we all know that self-confidence means having a belief in yourself. It is something that is need to be developed internally. Okay, so a person who is confident can go anywhere and do whatever he is asked to do because of his confidence. So self-confidence is very necessary, and it cannot be taught, built. It is very important for a healthy and positive lifestyle. So हमका ऐसा वैसा ना समझो, हम बड़े काम की चीज.
Very nice. Yeah. Well done. Okay, and Sonia, do you want to share anything? You're on mute, Sonia. Unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. Actually, I want to start with question, not humor. Like it is a combination of both, but I will try, and I will start with the questions. So, hi everybody. Tell me in the audience, anybody like Chanda, what is unique in you? Just tell me. Or anybody, Chanda or anyone from the audience, just tell me what is unique in you.
I have good empathizing skills.
Okay, that's great. So from all the participants, how many of you want to know their inner strength? What are their inner strengths? Okay, thank you. Thanks for raising hands. And so today I'm here and we are focusing on the very important topic and very important esteem of ourselves, that is self-confidence. So how many trust in their self? Like from the audience, nobody showing me. How many want to know their inner strengths? Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yes.
So yeah, so as for me, what is self-confidence? As I know that you all are going to listen me till the end very patiently. Thank you so much.
Nice one. Okay, very nice, guys. Superb. Also, you can add a few more questions to it. It's okay to add one or two. It's okay to add 3-4 questions.
Shall I add them?
Yeah, you can add one question.
Sorry, I can't open my video. Now this is regarding, now whenever we start speaking, we speak of self-confidence. The moment we speak of self-confidence, we start with something like, what is self-confidence? What do you mean by self-confidence? And the posture which you are in, self-confidence, that phase of yours shows a smile which assures the participants of a confidence level. Or you can ask the questions of what is the difference between self-esteem and self-confidence, so that a clear demarcation is there in the self. You might be have self-esteem, but that is not visible in you, right? So again, then there is something called how do you increase your self-confidence? Like meditation. Meditation can increase, breathing exercises, that also can increase the self-confidence. And then how you can enhance it by understanding what the other person is talking about, by understanding what he knows, I know what are my limitations and what I can enhance, so that I can understand his point of view and that I can inculcate in myself. So that is also another part of self-confidence. That is a boost of self-confidence. That all we can ask some such questions.
Yes, so you can ask certain questions regarding self-confidence also, directly or indirectly also you can ask. Yes, and but make sure that your questions are more close-ended than open-ended. That's one thing. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, humor and questions group. And now we come to the final group, which is facts and figures. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Your topic is self-transformation, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, so everybody else on mute. Only facts and figures group will be audible, and you all can start.
Yeah, I will start. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Currently, from last 1 year, we are just talking about Corona. And prior to that, we used to talk about cancer and other disease and many other things. But are you aware there is one more thing which is affecting our Indian society which no one talks about, and that is stress and depression. I'll share you some facts and figures, and you will shock to hear that 7.5% of Indians are currently in depression, and out of that 25% of Indians commit suicide, and that is very bad statistic. Besides this, World Health Organization has even said that 36% of Indians sometime or other in their lifetime will fall in depression. Again, that's a bad news for Indians. And the biggest problem is the major chunk from these are teenagers. And as you say, the teenage are the future of any of the country. So this is a very bad thing. Now, I'd like to say that if everyone in this country having their own job, having their families, enjoying their lifestyle, then why still the depression exists? Because all these people, Indians, they are not at peace. Internally, they are not at peace. Why? Because people are living the same life since they are born. The very important thing is to change yourself. Now the change will be, if people, you might be thinking changing yourself, going to gym, making muscle, change. Not change. The very important thing, change is getting transformed, getting the transformation of your life. This is very important if you want to change completely and live a better life. Bhumika, you can continue with the transformation. Thank you.
Yes, surely. Thank you so much, Amir sir. जैसा कि आमिर सर ने हम सभी को बताया that transformation is very necessary in our lives. तो transformation is not like कि हम अभी सुबह उठे और हम बिल्कुल change हो गए. It's not like कि अभी तो caterpillar था, अभी butterfly बन गए. ऐसा नहीं होता. It takes time. Growth जो होती है उसको बढ़ने में time लगता है. The act, the process, the result of transforming oneself takes the time. और ट्रांसफॉर्म खुद को करने के लिए हमें योगा प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए, मेडिटेशन करना चाहिए, खुद को हेल्दी रखना चाहिए, हेल्दी फूड खाना चाहिए, and many more things we can do to transform ourselves. It will take time, but surely it will give you a boom in your life with a happy life for the future. And I request to continue this session. Miss Anjali, I request you to continue it ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Anjali here. Thank you, Bhumika and Amish sir, for this mind-blowing insight into self-transformation. You know, what is the best advice I got from someone during my life? It was change yourself first. Why? Because तुम खुद ही अपने आप को change कर सकते हो, no one else. And the fastest thing you can change in any situation is yourself. Change is the law of universe. Nothing is permanent. So self-transformation is very important and crucial for our life. Keep growing, keep changing, and stay happy always. Thank you.
Can I speak, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Can I speak, ma'am?
Please,
Yes,
Rohit,
yes,
please
yes,
speak.
yes. We love to use the conventional expressions like, you cannot teach an old dog the new tricks, even though the science has kicked these beliefs and stamped on them. There's a proven fact that people can change at any age. And according to the latest figures, approximately 70% people have transformed themselves at the 50 to 60 years of age when they were not supposed to do so. And if anyone wants to challenge me on this fact, you can do so after it. You cannot change if you refuse to do so. You cannot change if you don't believe you can. And you cannot change if you don't take the action now. You can change if you have desire to do so. So drop the excuses, accept the truth, and work on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much from Group 5.
Super.
Thank you so much.
5. I
Entire
think
team.
all were awesome. Super.
Superb. Best group.
Very
Thank you.
nice. Very nice.
Thank you very much. Team
So
awesome.
guys,
Thank you,
I think
team.
everybody here has put in their own efforts, and you've added in your little valuable insight, and you've made this entire presentation superb. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that each one of you all participated. Those who have not, maybe next time you all can participate. But I'm clapping for y'all because it was really good.
Creating humor is very difficult, and laughing is very easy, but to make others laugh is very difficult.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I had said, word of caution. If you are not sure, you can make others laugh. Don't attempt it or don't try it. It may go a complete flop. But if
Yes.
you can, then you can go ahead easily.
It can annoy someone.
Yes.
Can be. Yeah.
Yes, because a joke for me may not be a joke for you. So what I am laughing at may not be humor for you. You may not find it funny. Then that becomes a problem. Right? Okay, great. So are we good with the opening techniques, guys? Everybody? All good?
Yeah, very much.
Yes.
Superb. So now what we'll do is we'll move on to the next element, which is body of the speech. Okay, now body is equally important. Now, first that you have created an impact, you have spoken to your audience about what you want to convey to them, what is the entire day or the talk going to be on, and you have given a few insights to them. Now, the main content will come. Okay, and this comes in the middle part of your body. So let's say if you are doing a presentation for half an hour is your time. Okay, now in that time, let's say you allot about 7 minutes to 8 minutes for your beginning. Okay, maximum 10 minutes, don't exceed that. 10 minutes I would say is a lot. 7 to 8 minutes is good enough for your opening. Then you can have a nice 20 to 25 or 24 minutes for your body. Okay, so 20 minutes for your body is fine. Okay, and then another 3, 4, 5 minutes at the most for your ending. And that is a nice way of presenting. Okay, now what will come in the body of the speech? It is the center part of your speech, and this is where you're going to discuss the main ideas, the concept of what you're talking about, any kind of information that you want to give them. Okay, the kind of benefits that you're talking about. Let's say you're talking about a topic and you're talking about benefits of healthy eating or healthy living, then that will come here. So the main three things that you can talk about over here is one, giving examples or stories. You can talk about a few other people, you know, certain examples you want to give. You can talk about one story that you want to talk, you want to tell them. You can also give information over here. Okay. Information meaning any kind of information. If you're selling something, you're selling a program, first you're going to introduce your program in the opening, then in the middle you're going to tell them what exactly the program will have. So you can divide it into subtopics also if you want. So your information will come here, and if there are any arguments or debates that you have and you want to present it to make your program even more stronger, then that can also come here. This is your main content, right? So for example, if we talk about today, okay, the opening would be where I asked you all questions, what is very important and what are the most important parts, and you know, I introduce the topic to you. Then all of this that we are doing is the body, is the middle part, where I'm teaching you the techniques, I'm teaching you the different ways of opening, middle and closing. So this will be the body. Are you all getting what I'm saying? Yes. So if you are so if you're talking about self-confidence, you have already introduced it. Now what will come in the body of the speech? Let's take the topic of self-confidence. What do you think you can talk about in the body of the speech or the topic for self-confidence?
We can give an example of the friend who's having the stammering issue. Then he started seeing the videos and reading the books about famous author, and now he can speak properly and he became a motivational speaker. So he has changed. He got the self-confidence. He can only change himself. So we can give such examples.
Yes, you can talk about examples or stories.
Yes.
Else?
We can give live examples of the famous personalities who have got influence and gained their confidence.
Yes, absolutely. You can talk about big people, okay, who everybody knows, and you can bring their experience or example and you could talk about it.
Yes.
What else can you talk about in self?
We
Maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
We can tell our own story, that how we were down and how we are confident now.
Excellent. You can talk about your own story.
Maybe we can have some small games or some small exercise which would be result to self improve the self confidence of audience. I would be like, that would be a great thing, I believe.
Yeah, yes, you can do that also, but make sure that depending on your timing, you plan your. So if you have only half an hour, then you will have literally 5 minutes for a game, not more. If you have a 1 hour talk, then you can spare a little more time on the game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, you can do that. In information, if I'm talking about self-confidence, what are the things I can say?
Firstly, what do you mean by self-confidence, and how you can gain it?
To
the
achieve
practices
self-confidence. You can give some tips and tricks.
Yes, something that worked for you, something that worked for other people. Okay, tips, tricks, hacks, techniques, any kind of those main things that you really want to talk about. What is your topic actually all about, and what is it that you want to give your audience? Why should they listen to you? All of that will come here. Your main content will come here. All right. So this is where you're giving your information or knowledge, or, you know, like we said, tips and hacks and things like that. That will come here, techniques and all. Arguments, if I'm saying, what comes to your mind?
Arguments means like we can have a question and answer kind of sessions where we can answer all the audience question and doubt, and maybe it would turn into kind of a healthy arguments.
Yes, you can do that.
Rhetoric questions can be asked.
Yes, rhetoric questions can be asked. Very good.
I think we should also make aware regarding self-confidence and overconfidence and these kind of argumenting like statements. We will disclose to the audience the differences between like overconfidence and how to maintain maintain the like relationship between overconfidence and self-confidence.
Yes. Yes, so you can distinguish between certain concepts, and if there are certain myths or misunderstandings.
Why you can't do that? There are
Yes.
arguments on why you can't do that.
Why can't you do it? Of
Why
course
can't
you
you do
can
that?
do it. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can
Of course
do
you can
that
do
as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, you can have a
So,
question
like,
answer session also.
so
Like
there
someone
there
said.
would be always be a there would be certain type of audience who always challenge your presentation and knowledge.
Yes.
So might at that time, that particular discussion would turn into kind of an argument, and you need to be prepared to answer all those questions so that those people can be turned into believer, some kind of thing.
Challenging the conventional beliefs of the people.
Yes, that also can be done. And like I think Sanjay was saying that sometimes audience likes to challenge the speaker as well, and you will find such people. So then you have to be very careful, and yes, you have to be prepared with certain statistics or facts which you can then present over here for the sake of proving what you're trying to say. That also will come under this. So you're getting the gist of what will come in your main body, your basic content of what you want to talk about. Why have you designed this speech or this program? All of that will come here, right? So examples, stories, techniques, information, knowledge, arguments, differentiations, myths, all of that will come here. Are we good with this?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. So this is your body, your main body of your presentation. Now, after this comes how to close a talk. And that is also extremely important. Like I said, you want to leave your audience in a very give them a very aha moment while they're going out. Right? You want them on a high energy, or you want them to be very charged and energized. You want them to have that message going on in their mind. So you have to leave them with an impact. You can't just let your audience go like that. Say you're selling something, you're selling a program, and you want to close those registrations, then you have to be very impactful. That yes, selling this program and I want to close so many registrations by the end of this training program or this talk. So you want those kind of registrations, then how should I close? Then it has to be on a very high energy, very high note, where everybody is so charged up that you tell them, come on, come and join now, enroll with me now, and they'll actually do it. So you have to bring their energy all the way here. So there are a few ways of closing a talk also. It's simple by just keeping a summary in mind. So whatever points you have taken them through in your main body, you will now summarize those points for them towards the end of the presentation. Then you can end it with a summary so that people are not confused. See, you may have given them lots of points, you may have elaborated on certain points, and maybe sometimes they are confused, they're not sure, they're not clear. What you do in the end is you take your audience through your entire presentation or talk. So you summarize with them. These are the techniques. If you do this, this happens. If you do this, so quick summarization. You can't take too much time in the summarization. Summarization also has to be very, very quick. And ask your audience to repeat. Ask them. Okay, presentation, maybe, where you have topics coming up after they answer. Sometimes you don't want to give it to them on the platter. You want them to interact with you. So you ask them, okay, what was the first one? Like I asked you, okay, in opening, which was the first one that we did in opening? First technique.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
What if imagine?
What if or imagination? What was the second technique?
Use probe.
Use
Exhibit.
prop or
Exhibit.
Use an exhibit or prop.
Yes. What was the third technique?
Quotes.
Powerful quotes by eminent leaders. Which was the fourth one?
Humor.
Humor. Yes, which was the fifth one.
Facts and figures.
Facts and figures. Excellent. And the sixth one was
Asking questions.
Questions, open-ended and closed-ended.
Open-ended and close-ended.
And what did we discuss in open-ended and close-ended questions?
Close-ended questions to be shoot out more.
Should be a single word in single line.
Which is better, open-ended or close-ended?
Close-ended.
Close-ended.
Save sign.
Excellent. Yes. And what did I tell you about humor? What did we discuss about?
If you're good at humor, then only
Yes.
use
If you're
this
not
for
confident,
opening.
then don't go for
Crack the jokes.
No, then don't do it.
When you summarize, it actually brings all the points back to the audience, and towards the end, you may not want to go into details, but when you summarize, everything comes back, and then you let them go where they know exactly what the talk was about. If they
Flashback.
don't, you're refreshing their memory by just going through the points and again pushing it back into them. Got it? This is very simple way and a very safe way of closing. Second and very important is call to action. Now, I told you all, suppose you are doing, let's say you're selling a program, or you're selling something, or you're convincing someone to join you for something. Call to action becomes very important. Okay. And anything where you want your audience to take action, you bring them to a high energy. See, you have already given them all the information they need to know. You have started off with a bang. You have created an impact. You have connected with your audience. Then in the middle part, you have already given them all the information, the knowledge, the differentiations, whatever it is, all your content has gone to them, all the techniques, everything. Now they are already convinced. Now what you need from them is to take action. If you want them to buy your program or register for your program, you need to bring them here, heighten their energy, okay, create that momentum in them and tell them, I want you to register now because it is the time to do it now. It's now or never. Do it now and you will not regret it. You go out of here, you will not come back. So, you need to create that energy in your audience. You need to charge them up. I'll give you an example. Some time back, rather long time back, I had taken a session on forgiveness. Okay, it was a very closed group and we were all talking about our emotions. Everybody was opening up and I was facilitating it and people were getting very, very emotional. Okay, and we were talking about forgiveness, that who is that one person you have never been able to forgive? And you've never been able to speak up. And I made them write letters and I made them write certain things, tear it, throw it, burn it. All their emotions were coming up. They were at such a heightened stage at that point of time with their emotions. And then towards the end, I said, okay, now what you have to do is you have to call this person who you have never been able to forgive and you're going to apologize and you're going to also tell them that I'm forgiving you. Do it and see how you feel. Normally, people would not do that. But when you take them through a program, you take them through those emotions, you make them feel all those things. Everybody picked up their phone and called that one person in their life they had never been able to forgive. And then after that, people were crying. They were they were feeling so good. They were feeling so light. And then again, we had a discussion about it. That, it was so nice. It was so great. We wouldn't have done it under normal circumstances. Again, I had to push them as a facilitator. I had to push them to take that action, that call and tell this person you forgive him and see how you feel. And when they did it, they realized it was worth it. Had I not pushed them to take the action, maybe they wouldn't have done it. So sometimes it becomes your job as a speaker or as a trainer to push your audience to take certain actions. Right? So this is where call to action also comes in, that you're pushing them to take some kind of action. Now give me another example. You all give me another example for call to action. What comes to your mind when we talk about call to action?
10th class editorial, write a letter to editor जिसमें कोई भी problem दे दी जाती है और उसमें फिर ending में जब conclusion करके तब call for an action आता है.
Yes.
We have to take a pledge from audience that what 5 things you will change in yourself.
Yes, absolutely. You can do that as well. And then you can tell them you have to follow it. No matter what, you have to follow it. Now, if it's a continuation of the program, if it's not a one-off session and it's a program which you're continuing,
Mhm.
you can also say, okay, I'm going to pair you all. Find a buddy who will help you to do these 5 things. Then you are placing more responsibility on each other also, right? And
Yes.
a one-off program, then you can just leave them with one thing to do. That when you go out, whether you've understood or learned anything or not, there's one thing you are going to follow throughout in your life. Will you do this? Are you with me? Keep on asking them. So they will say, yes, yes, we will do it. We will do it. And you have left them with that one thought in their mind. So the minute they're out of the program, they know that,
Also,
okay, I'm going to do this. Right?
Give
Anything
them,
else?
give
Anything
them one
else?
habit. Give them one habit and tell them, do, if you do anything else or not, at least do this habit daily. So definitely they'll remember the program that this habit was given on this program.
Absolutely, absolutely right.
uh,
There is a quote: take small steps every day. Okay, change. How do you change yourself? It's not, so I can take my entire presentation on, it's not about making big changes in your life. If you want to transform yourself, it is about taking small steps every day. Now I am talking about this and I'm ingraining them in their mind with this one phrase. And towards the end, I will say, okay, what is that one thing that you will do today to change yourself? Tell me. And you will go out only with this. You will do this today. So you see, again, I'm asking them, okay, what is that one thing you're going to do? And then my audience leaves. So I am creating a totally different impact on them. You have to, sometimes it happens that you have to make your audience take an action. And you are the facilitator, you are the one who is motivating and encouraging them. So you have to be the person, to tell them to do it. So figure out what is a call to action you want your participants to take. If it is, let's say, self-discipline is your topic, can you think of one call to action that you will ask your audience to take towards the end?
Fix a time daily morning and get up at the same time.
Yes.
That is before sunrise, maybe 6 or 6:30.
Very good.
That will be part of self-discipline.
Do a commitment and don't break it.
Affirmation.
Okay, very good.
Do any type of exercise daily for at least half an hour.
Very good. Excellent. Anything
Maintaining a journal, like a daily journal, a daily routine journal, along with daily reminders.
Excellent.
Thank you. Affirmations.
Positive thoughts and negative thoughts. How many positive thoughts we have and how we take into action, and how negative thoughts we are eradicating from our list. That list we have to make.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you all are getting the gist of what I'm saying. Call to action is a very important part of ending your talk or your presentation, and you can always use it. You will have a very positive outlook towards it. So try and inculcate this into your talk or your presentation. Call to action.
We can also ask a question like, do it now. If not now, then when?
Yes. Do it now. If not now, then when? Very nice. That's one.
We can one person keep with ourselves that you watch what changes I am making and what transformation I am taking forward in my life. So he or she will every day give the signal that you doing this, you have to do like that. That we have to do.
Excellent. Yes, yes. So you can also have that happening, that one person responsible for the other, and or if you have a bigger team, you can say that our team members will get in touch with you, or our volunteers will get in touch with you, and make sure that you're doing it. So call to action works very well if you want to end on a very high note, because remember, you have motivated them to this level. Now, if you tell them to take an action, most of your participants will.
We can, in Hindi we can say abhi nahi to kabhi nahi.
Abhi nahi to kabhi nahi, right? Nice. So this is second way of ending your talk, call to action, and the third is inspiration. Okay, you can always use a nice poem, a phrase, a quote, something which is not very heavy. Don't keep any heavy things towards the end. Keep it very light. Okay, and you can end with an inspiration. Okay, either you can talk about, now here you can talk about your story. Okay, and you can inspire them that if I could do it, so can you. You can talk about any other person you know who has a who has had a very inspirational life, right? I don't know if you all know about Arunima Sinha, but she is the first woman, first lady who has climbed the Everest and who is an amputee. So she met with an accident, and she was a volleyball champion of our country, national player. She met with an accident in the train while traveling in the train, and she lost her leg. And one leg had a rod, and the other leg was amputated, and she had to put on a fake leg, a prosthetic leg. And when she was in the hospital, everyone came to her and said, "Your life is over, career is over. What are you going to do? Think of something new." And she was so fed up of all the negativity around. She said, "I am not going to give up. What I am going to do is climb the Everest. Forget volleyball, that's a small thing. I will climb the Everest and show you all." And everybody thought she had lost it, she had gone bonkers. How can you climb Everest? You have so many injuries, your one leg is prosthetic, one is broken with a rod. She said, "Nothing doing, I'll do it." And slowly, how she trains herself. She goes to the mountaineering institute, takes up a course there, and slowly she trains herself. And then when the time is right for her to actually go to Mount Everest, it's very difficult to find a guide for yourself. You cannot climb the Mount Everest without a guide. They are the guides, the Sherpas, who take you all the way up. Without them, you can't go. You need a local guide. She found it the most challenging to find a guide, because every guide would say you are a liability. You have injuries, you've had an injury, you have one prosthetic leg and the other one has a rod. How are we going to take you all the way up to Mount Everest and back? But somehow she even manages to convince this one Sherpa, and then he takes her. And on the way also she faces so many obstacles, because she started slowing down. There was one place where the ice had become very, very sloppy, and she started slowing down. Her oxygen got over. They found dead bodies. They picked up oxygen from one of the dead bodies, and that is how slowly, steadily she managed to reach the end. But she didn't give up, and she actually reached the end. She has a picture with a Indian flag over there, and then she came down. See the kind of self-confidence she had. She didn't need anyone to tell her anything. It was all from within. And if Arunimha Sinha can do it, why can't you do it? Why can't I do it? You leave people with inspiration. You can talk about a story like this, okay, which is connected with your topic, and you leave them inspired. If she can do it, why can't you? Why can't I? We all can. What is stopping us? So, inspiration is another way of ending your talk on a very high note. You can either end it with a talk, with a quote, or you can use a story. It can be a personal story, or it can be a story about someone who is very, very famous, and you are reiterating that story. Trust me, even if people have heard it 10 times, they will not mind listening to a story again if you're a good storyteller and the way you say it. So even if I've heard this story 10 times, if you say it again in a very interesting way, I will still listen to you, and it will leave a very nice impact on me when I end the session. So you can also inspire people just before you let them go. And that's another very beautiful and very powerful way of ending your presentation. So these are the 3 different ways of ending your presentation. What was the first one?
Summarizing.
Summarizing. Very simple. Talk about the points and summarize it. Second,
Call to
Call to
action.
action.
call to action. You have already convinced them. You've brought them here. They're already convinced. Okay, now it's time for you to tell them to take an action. Most likely they will take an action. And the third one is
Inspiration.
Inspiring them.
It's a very nice and very powerful way of inspiring your audience before you let them go. Right? Anjali, you had a question. You raised your hand.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, I wanted to share that like this inspiration technique I really use and it works for me. I'm a spoken English trainer. So in my class, like many students who are not able to speak well, speak fluently, and they try and they do not become successful, then they are like very low energy. They come to me, ma'am, nahi ho raha, हमसे नहीं बोली जा रही, हमसे नहीं होता. Like on that day, I feel कि यार ये तो चले जाएंगे class छोड़ के. So I tell them about myself. Okay, listen to me. Till 10th grade, I was studying in state board school. I'm from Punjab. I have studied in Punjabi medium school throughout till 10th. तो इवन मैथ्स तक पंजाबी में होता था. तो मुझे नहीं आता था सच में, मैथ्स भी मुझे इंग्लिश में नहीं करना आता था. वो उसको क्या बोलते हैं 1/2, हम उसको भी बोलते थे 1/2. सो ये हाल था. सो आई टेल माई स्टूडेंट्स कि जब मैं स्टेट बोर्ड में पंजाबी मीडियम में पढ़ के I can now speak English fluently and I am training you nowadays for speaking English, then why can't you? तुम तो लोग इंग्लिश मीडियम में पढ़े हो थ्रू आउट, शुरू से केजी से. मेरा हाल सोचो, मैं 10th ग्रेड तक पंजाबी मीडियम में पढ़ी थी. तो टेक इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम मी कि अगर मैं कर सकती हूँ तुम क्यों नहीं कर सकते. और जब मैं उनको अपने बारे में बताती हूँ ना, तो एकदम से उनकी एनर्जी, अच्छा मैम आप पंजाबी मीडियम में पढ़े हो, अच्छा फिर आपने कर लिया, अच्छा फिर उसके बाद कैसे किया, आपको मुश्किल नहीं आई. मैंने कहा हाँ मुश्किल तो बहुत आई, बट आई वॉज एडमेंट कि मैंने सीखना है. तो दे आर लाइक ओके ओके ओके, नहीं नहीं हम भी करेंगे. तो एकदम से वो चार्ज अप हो जाते हैं. और मैं उनको ये भी बोलती हूँ सर्टिफिकेट चेक करने हैं मेरे, लाके दिखाऊं कि मेरा 10th का जो सर्टिफिकेट है दैट इज फ्रॉम स्टेट बोर्ड स्कूल पंजाबी मीडियम. So मतलब ये एक उन पे काम करती है.
Yes, inspiration always works. If you have a personal story, even better. Like Anjali, like you shared, using your personal story and connecting, it connects you more with your audience. Especially if you have a small set of students who you're talking to regularly, it will definitely motivate them. Very nice, great story, Anjali. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am.
So with this, we end this session. 6 ways of opening a talk or a presentation. Then your middle body, which will consist of your examples, your stories, your techniques, your hacks, arguments, all of that information and knowledge. And finally, we come to closing, which is also extremely important. And it has 3 techniques, right? So are we good with this, guys? Have you all got it well? Any questions?
Yeah, very much. I think many of the speakers, they also give a reference of some documentaries, books and movies, because these are the things people get connected very easily. Those who are fond of books, they go out and then they read those books. Those who are fond of movies, they go out and watch those movies. And that's how they get motivated.
Yes, you can actually use that as well. You can give them an entire list of references or books which they can use. So if you're talking about self-confidence, you can list out a few authors and say, these are the books you can read by these authors. I have read it and they're very good. And then you can take a quote from there and use it and, end your session. So with this, we'll end this session, guys. It was a very nice session. Thank you so much. All of y'all were very creative and very enthu, I should say, because y'all, interacted. Y'all came up with very creative things in the first part. So I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can always connect. So all the very best.
So great. So we'll have more such sessions from Payal, and would like all of you to come up with your own ideas. And the more you practice, more you all come on stage, उतना बेहतर आपका graph बढ़ता जाएगा, definitely, for sure. Request to all the leaders ना कि everybody at least start conducting sessions, because आपका certifications भी आपके sessions conduct करने की होगा, because we believe a lot in practicals. Like me, Payal and Imran, we have devised such a way कि we believe a lot in practicals. आपको practically apply करना है, सिर्फ केवल certification मिलना important नहीं है. Everybody will be coming on stage and conducting a full-fledged sessions, right? It's okay. Don't think about the result part. It's absolutely fine, right? Everybody will get a prize. Good, right? Payal has given such a detailed, bifurcation of how to open, close, middle part कैसे करना है. तो बहुत आसान पड़ गया है, So understanding the science behind presentation. So everybody also will. You can also start conducting sessions now. But at least एक session to एक session सही, once in a month. It will be practicing ground for all of you. Right? So nominate yourself, start practicing, and then start conducting sessions also, right?
And like Abhilash said, please start practicing, please start taking sessions. That's the only way to build, confidence and go out there. So please start doing that. Like I said, take small steps every day. So with smaller steps, you can start with a short presentation, then you can start with slightly bigger ones. But now
Start
is
with
the time to
introduction part.
start. Yes, this is my call to action for y'all. Please start. Okay, don't just sit and think that I will do it. No, that will never happen. You have to do it now. It's now or never.
So start with at least introduction part, यानी कि 2 या 3 मिनट का जो इंट्रोडक्शन होता है, जो होस्ट का पार्ट होता है किरदार, उससे स्टार्ट कीजिएगा, राइट? स्टार्ट विद दैट. 3 मिनट के लिए आओगे, you'll come on board, मतलब for this presentation, and give the ground, set the ground rules, and then invite the speaker. उतना ही करना शुरू कर दीजिएगा, right? That is the most effective thing to start your full-fledged sessions. So start doing that, right? Start coming on stage जितना हो सके. मैं perfect हो जाऊंगा, मैं बहुत जबरदस्त हो जाऊंगा, मैं सीख के आऊंगा, तब तक वो गाड़ी निकल जाती है, right? So वो कभी नहीं वक्त आता है. So start practicing and start coming for live sessions, right? चलिए, thank you all of you. So
thank you very much.
So like we'll have Payal for more sessions now going forward, right Payal? So,
Definitely, Abhilash.
yeah, thank you. So thank you all of you.
All right, bye bye. Have a great Sunday, guys. Take care.